fam, welcome back to my channel, or if you are new to this channel, welcome. My name is Mary, and obviously by today's title, I'm going to talk a little bit about my snakes. I do own two snakes, a ball python named Fleetwood and a corn snake named Vixen. I have showed you guys a little bit about them on this channel. I showed you how I set up my corn snake enclosure, but I really haven't talked too much about them to you guys because I haven't really felt confident enough to talk about them. There's a lot of other great snake moms out there that you should follow, like May. I will link her channel down there. She has helped me a bunch out with my snakes. But yeah, I never really felt confident talking about my snakes with you guys. I have had my snakes for like a year and a half now. So I have some experiences that I do want to share with you if you are thinking about getting a snake and if you are a new snake owner like I was, and just some darn rookie mistakes that I made that maybe will help you avoid them. Yeah, that's why it's taken me so long to ever talk about my snakes. I never really felt comfortable. I was learning along the way. I mean, I did do a ton of research before I got my corn snake. She was my first snake I got. And then I got Fleetwood like 5 months after. And I did do my research thinking when I got my snakes, I knew it all, but nope, I definitely had some problems along the way. Nothing like huge, but just things I want to go over with you guys, so it might help. I'm just going to give you guys a full story time. I'm going to start off with my snake Vixen. I got that girl when she was like this small. I actually have a picture of her, so I will show you right here. I would say my first mistake right off the bat is I shouldn't be taking pictures of her right away. I was so excited and wanted to take pictures of her. I should have just let her go straight into her enclosure and let her acclimate. So yeah, that would be my number one thing, is to let your snake acclimate. So once I put her into her new enclosure, I had her in a 10-gallon tank. You know, got her hide, put her water bowl in, got the heating pad, put some fake plants. She was good to go. And I also had her quarantined in my room. I did do that right, at least. But you know, next day comes along. I wanted to check on her because I was obsessed with her, and she was gone. Like I pretty much took out all the bedding and could not find her anywhere. Your girl was freaking out. And then finally I realized, one second, her water dish had two little holes. So she just shimmied right on up there and decided to give me a heart attack. So that was another rookie move that I did wrong, was any like rocks or anything that have little holes, which most like aquarium ones do, they will shimmy their little selves up there and hide. So check for that. Second mistake is something that was actually a really big mistake, and it could have gone really wrong. So I had her in a 10, 20, and then I had to move her into this 40-gallon tank. And so my 40-gallon doesn't fit into these like metal type of racks. So I had to move her on this wood surface. And I made a really bad mistake when it came to setting up the heat mat. And I took it out and put a new one in there. But let me show you what I did wrong. I thought that the little dots that they give you, like this right here, I thought you were supposed to put them actually on the mat and that it would lift it up magically and have enough space in between. I was completely wrong. These little dots need to go on the corners of your enclosure to lift it up a little bit. You need an air gap. You need some space in between there so the mat can breathe. If you don't have that, it will overheat and it could cause a fire. So
I did want to mention that you should also at all times always have a thermostat connected to your snake enclosure. That way, in case it did overheat, it could control it. But sometimes those thermostats wig out and don't work, so that is just another precaution.
after I realized I did that wrong, I was just like, I'm so blessed that nothing bad happened. I've seen crazy stuff happen on tubs. I'm not experienced with the tubs. I'm not too experience about these mats at all. I just know that you definitely need to have them lifted up to have that airway space. So I will show you guys more into detail on how I lifted this up close, how I have that little gap for my heat mat. I bought these little spacer things at the Dollar Tree, and I do have them at all four corners to have them lifted up. Vixen has had an amazing attitude. I did, like, after a month of having her, I would take her out at least 2 times a week and handle her just so she could get used to me, and I could kind of get used to her and start getting to know body language of snakes. And you know, I did plenty of research and watched like YouTube videos on when a snake would bite and all that stuff, so I thought I was prepared, but nothing will prepare you more than the actual experience itself. So she was pretty good with me the whole time. I totally provoked this time where she was going to bite me, and I will tell you what happened. Out of her closure one day, and it was a beautiful sunny day, and took her from this light to straight outside, and I straight blinded her. And then I decided to take my phone because I wanted to take a picture of her because she looked so beautiful, and she like straight lunged at me, well, at my phone, because she couldn't see because I blinded her by the sun. And then she saw my phone move around and she just felt threatened. So definitely be really careful about the lighting when it comes to snakes. I feel like they're so sensitive with their eyes, at least Vixen is. She didn't get me at all, but I've never seen that side of her, but I just know she was totally trying to defend herself. So for that, I was like, all right. Put my phone away, took her in the room, I sat down and handled her and just kind of calm her down, and then we did that for a while, and now she's good. So I do want to go over the great things about Vixen. She is a sweetheart. She eats like a powerhouse. So I do frozen or thawed out for her, and she has always ate for me. So I've always been blessed with that. I always have heard corn snakes just being amazing eaters. So that has always been the great thing with her. So I'm going to take her out and show you guys her because she's so beautiful, and obviously I have to take her out if I'm going to be talking about her in this video. It is super early, so she probably just went to bed, so I'm going to have to look around for her in there. But since she's gone like longer, she's like a long skinny noodle, she's very awkward to hold. She just like stiff and stuff. Unlike my bald python, he just kind of like chills there. I'm going to grab her and kind of show you how she moves around with me. Okay, so I do want to talk about this before I forget about it. A lot of you guys ask me if she has escaped from this enclosure, and no, she has not. I don't really see her being able to escape. I do have these little latches on there, and no problem. There's no like gap in between it. Maybe if you guys are putting the screen like up this way, there's like definitely a way for her to get out, but you have to have the screen led down this way when it comes to enclosures. But no, I have not lost her in this enclosure. A lot of you guys do ask me about that. Here is my beautiful girl. I do have a ring light. It's not too bright, but I still want to be making sure she's okay with it. So here she is. Hi, honey. She's not her full grown self yet. She still has a lot more growing to do. But from when I first got her to now, she has definitely grown so much. Huh, princess? She's just so gentle and calm. Let me see. I'm gonna scoot up a little. Hi, babe. Well, some days she's super awkward, but today she's being super chill. Like some days she's just like all over the place. Other than that one time that I blinded her in the sun, that was the only time she tried to nip at me. And I have been bitten by my ball python, and I will tell you about that story. That wasn't as bad. The worst bite I ever got, believe it or not, was by my African fat tail. So, and I think I still have a mark on that. Say hello, princess. I do want to get her a bigger enclosure. I'm always wanting bigger enclosures. I do want to get her like at least an 80-gallon, and then get like a wood kind of style built for her and Fleetwood to be like stacked on top and just have it like their permanent home. That's definitely goals. She is perfectly fine right now in this 40-gallon, but she gonna get bigger, and my girl gonna need a bigger enclosure. Ooh, what do you see? Okay, guys, I'm gonna put my girl away, and let's talk about Fleetwood. Let's talk about the ball python. Okay, so let's move on to my ball python, Fleetwood. I decided to start off him in a bin, like a plastic bin, instead of an actual glass tank. I just kept hearing that was the best to start him off, and plus I was going to have him quarantine. But I started off wrong. I don't know what I was thinking. I thought I was like getting an anaconda or something. I got him a bin the size of me. After doing more research, I'm like, whoa, girl, you need a smaller bin. So I did get him a smaller tub bin. I made some holes in that, and then I decorated a little bit for him. And I also had thermostat and all that good stuff. Had him quarantined in my room, which was good, but I also did have his mat like straight underneath the wood. I had no gap, thank God, no fire happened. So that was another thing I did wrong again, was that mat, heating mat situation. So Fleetwood was doing good in his tub, but like the boy would not settle down. He was like climbing up to get out. And I knew that this was not normal for a ball python. You know, typically a ball python would be hiding underneath their, hide or something. But this guy was all over the place, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. I had to thank God for May. She was like, I think you need to like cover it up half of it. It was too exposed. I wanted to give him like all day sunlight because I thought he needed it, but he was just too exposed. Even though he could have went underneath his hide, he was still a little guy trying to figure out. So once I like covered him halfway with a towel, he felt more secure, and he definitely settled down. I tried to feed him the week I got him, like I did her, which you're not usually typically supposed to do. You're supposed to give them a week to settle in, and then try to offer them food. So when I did offer him that mice, he denied it. He was like, no. So I thought right off the bat, this is going to be terrible. I'm not going to be able to be a good snake mom. I gave him some time to settle, and now the boy eats like a champ. I have pretty good control of my humidity in my room, and I decided to put him in a 20-gallon long tank, and that's what he's currently in right now. We've had nothing but great sheds, and he eats great. Like I said, I want to like get custom enclosures for him and Vixen to stack on top. He's still just a small little ball python right now. I have had him for a year. It's gonna be this month, actually. May is when I got him. So it's been a little bit. He still has some time to grow. A thing I also did freak out a bunch with Fleetwood was he had a lot of freckles. He does have a lot of freckles all over his face, and I was so paranoid. I kept thinking that they were mites, but nothing ever moved. So that was just a paranoid mom move I kept doing. I love handling Fleetwood. He is so chill. He usually is just in a big ball. He likes to kick it a lot with me. She wants to move around all the time, but I always can count on Fleetwood to be chill. Fleetwood has tagged me one time, and it was completely my fault. I'm gonna show you guys a reenaction of what I did.
I was on the phone with my friend, completely not paying attention to exactly what I was doing. Do not be on the damn phone when you are about to feed your snake. Second of all, I was feeding my snake, so I had the mouse on this other side of my hand, and you could obviously smell it. Had the phone propped up against my shoulder, and then I had my other hand, and I decided to put my little fingers in there to lift it up. Well, yeah, Fleetwood was right there, and he snapped my finger. So, yeah, don't put your little fingers in there and try to lift up the hide. You know, maybe grab it that way, try to pop it up. Fleetwood always likes to kind of sneak out. So, yeah, that's what happened on how I got bit.
My friend, and I put my fingers where I shouldn't put them, and he got me. Like I said, it didn't hurt half as bad as my African fat tail that nailed me that one time. But yeah, that was totally and completely my fault. Don't freaking put your hand in their hide when you smell like a mouse and expect them not to bite you. Idiot move right there. Fleetwood does eat like a champ, and we are, you know, he's continuing to grow with me. I will take Fleetwood out right now and show you guys how he looks because he is so cute. Okay, so this is my ball python Fleetwood. It's definitely gotten a lot bigger since I first got him, and I'm so happy I got him. I do plan on one day getting more snakes. I love them. I'm definitely learning so much along the way. I did do a lot of research, but just like the experience of owning them and getting to know their body language and bonding with them and handling them, but not over handling them. It's been awesome getting to know my snakes. I love them, and I suggest if you want one that you should get one, but do your research or hang out with a friend that has a snake and ask to handle it. Maybe watch them feed it, see if you're ready to be a part of all that. I definitely, a long time ago, had a fear of snakes, and I know that animals pick up on your fear right away. I used to ride horses, so if they knew I was a little bit nervous, that would make them nervous, and I know snakes definitely could feel that way. So if you are nervous, don't hold one, you know? They can pick up on that. I would say just go in there confidently and wanting to hold a snake, and don't do it just to do it, you know? These guys are very intuitive. So yeah, I hope this video was like a little bit helpful. I know it's really just me doing a bunch of story times on my snake and not a care guide. Like I said, there are amazing other YouTubers out there that talk about their snakes, but these are just like the rookie moves that I made that maybe y'all can avoid, because I thought I had it all in the bag, but I didn't. I think that's going to be it for today's video, you guys. Thank you for sitting down and listening to my story times about my snakes. Hopefully this is helpful to somebody out there. Thank you guys for checking out my video. If you liked it, do not forget to hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed, and follow me on Instagram because that's where I post stuff about Fleetwood. Until the next time, you guys, I'll see you.